Welcome to the Weekly Option, the podcast for people interested in trading stock options. Each week, we cover trade ideas and opportunities in the stock market right now. Whether you're a beginner, a professional, or just curious about options, this is the show for you. Let's get started. Welcome to the Weekly Option. This is episode 303 on December 29th, 2023. I'm your host, Eric, and in this week's show, we'll cover the trades from last week on Tilray Brands, Sofi Technologies, and Lyft Inc., and we discuss three new trades on the BAKKT Holdings, Walgreens Boot Alliance, and Sunrun Inc. Now, it's always great to hear from listeners. If you have any questions about the trades presented here on the show or even about your own positions, feel free to email me. You can email questions to eric@theweeklyoption.com. That's ERIC@theweeklyoption.com. I've also created a few videos to teach you all the basics of option trading that you'll need to know to be able to follow along with me on this show. You can visit our website and click on the videos tab to watch them, or visit the YouTube channel for the Weekly Option. Now, the equity markets finished the year just off of all-time highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 303 points, ending the week at 37,689 points. The S&P 500 index closed at 4,769 points on Friday, and indeed for the whole year. And now it's time for the topic of the week. The topic of the week is annual review. Now, as we walk out the last few days of 2023, I'm spending quite a bit of time in reflection. How did this year go? Did it meet your expectations? Are you happy to see it go? Were there some surprises along the way? I like to reflect on and review the year while it's fresh on my mind. I try to do it with some balance, just so that it's fair. It's easy to overweight recent events and undervalue the things that happened at the beginning of the year. I typically will make a list of things that did not work, did not go according to plan. I also make a long list of the things that did work according to plan or better. And, because I'm an optimist, I push myself to make the list of things that worked longer than the list of things that didn't work. Now, there are lots of people that did not make it to see this year, this new year specifically. And if you did, you automatically were successful at living this year. Don't let your list make you look like a failure. You are not, and I don't have to know you personally to know that. Some people avoid reviewing the year for fear of rehashing experiences they don't want to think about. These people are often doomed to repeat those situations again in the future. So this is not the time to be a glutton for punishment. This is how you grow. This is how you get better at anything, whether it's trading or life. Look at what worked. Look at what didn't work, and try to do more of what worked next year. I believe it was Socrates who said, "A life not evaluated is not worth living." I think he was onto something. Evaluation will keep you from reliving the same year over and over again without growth. Let's finish this year out strong with a personal annual review. All right, so let's get into the trade review for this last episode of 2023. We're going to start off with the covered call on Tilray Brands, symbol T as in Tango, L as in Lima, R as in Romeo, Y as in Yankee. At the time, the stock was trading for $2.19 per share. I looked at buying stock and selling the January 2.5 call at 19 cents, which could give us a return of 22.83% in 4 weeks. Well, the stock gained 11 cents, ending the week at $2.30 per share. The call option that we sold gained 4 cents, leaving us with a 7-cent gain on the week if we were to close the trade out immediately. We are well above the break-even price, so this trade is still very much profitable. Remember, if the stock price doesn't go above the strike of the option, then we get to keep the stock. The option will expire worthless, and we can sell another call option against the shares of stock that we own in the next month. That would actually increase our return on capital quite a bit. So this trade is definitely working out. We are 3 weeks away from expiration, and all is trending in the right way on this one so far. So far, so good. Nice trade. Let's move on to the credit spread. So we had a credit spread on Sofi Technologies, symbol S as in Sierra, O as in Oscar, F as in Foxtrot, I as in India. At the time, the stock was trading for $9.71 per share. I looked at selling the January 9.5-9 put spread at 18 cents, which could give us a maximum possible loss of 32 cents per spread. Well, shares of Sofi grew 24 cents, ending the week at $9.95 per share. The out-of-the-money put spread that we sold is even more out of the money. So it has depreciated a little bit, leaving us with a short-term profit on the week. Our goal is to hold the trade through expiration if it expires out of the money. That would mean that we get to keep the full amount of premium that we collected when we sold the spread. And this trade is working out so far, so no need to make any adjustments. Just, as always, keep track of that stock and make sure it's going in the right direction. And our final trade from last week was a debit spread on Lyft Inc., symbol L as in Lima, Y as in Yankee, F as in Foxtrot, T as in Tango. At the time, the stock was trading for $15.35 per share. I looked at buying the January 14.5-15 call spread for 31 cents, which could give us a maximum gain of 19 cents, or that would be a 61.29% return in 4 weeks. Well, shares of Lyft lost 36 cents, ending the week at $14.99 per share. The in-the-money call spread that we bought is still in the money even after the stock lost some value. The stock price is still well above the break-even point, and the spread is almost fully in the money still. It's only 1 penny off. So I wouldn't make an adjustment on this one just yet, but it's definitely good to have a plan in place for what you'll do if the share price falls in the next few weeks below the break-even point. So definitely keep track of these trades. Again, option trading is not passive. You just have to keep track of the stock and understand your position, really where it makes money and loses money. So that's it for the trading review for this week. We are going to move into our 3 new trades for the upcoming week, but it's important for me to point out, that the year in trading is done. So whether you had a good year or a bad year, the year is done. Get ready for 2024 because we are days away. Of course, the stock market will be closed on Monday, January 1st, in order to celebrate New Year's here in the U.S. It'll reopen on Tuesday, January 2nd, first thing in the morning. So get your pencils all sharpened, get ready to go because it's going to be a great year. I'm starting to say it right now. I hope you say it with me. It's going to be a great year. And of course, the new trades from this week's show are all using the January 19th expiration, which is only 3 weeks away. So we'll start off with the cover call on BAKKT Holdings Inc., symbol B as in Bravo, K as in Kilo, K as in Kilo, T as in Tango. The stock ended the week at $2.24 per share. I'm looking at buying stock and selling the January 2.5 call at 30 cents, which could give us a 25% return in 3 weeks. You enter this trade by buying stock for $2.24 per share and selling the January 2.5 call at 30 cents. This trade makes the most money if stock prices finish above $2.50 per share. The break-even price is $1.94 per share, and in real terms, the stock purchase would require $224, and you'll collect $30 for selling the option. Next up is the credit spread. We are looking at Walgreens Boot Alliance, symbol W as in Whiskey, B as in Bravo, A as in Alpha. The stock ended the week at $26.11 per share. I'm looking at selling the January 26 25.5 put spread at 19 cents, which could give us a maximum possible loss of 31 cents per spread. Now you enter this trade by selling the January 26 put at $1.24 and concurrently buying the January 25 half put for $1.05. This is a credit spread because we are selling the spread. This trade makes the most money if stock prices expire above $26 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $25.81 per share, and in real terms, you'll collect $19 per spread that you sell and have $31 at risk. And then our final trade on the week is going to be a debit spread on Sunrun Inc., symbol R as in Romeo, U as in Uniform, N as in November. The stock ended the week at $19.63 per share. I'm looking at buying the January 19 19.5 call spread for 32 cents, which could give us a maximum gain of 18 cents, or that's a 56.25% return in 3 weeks. Now you enter this trade by buying the January 19 call for $1.61 and concurrently selling the January 19 half call at $1.29. This is a debit spread because we're buying the spread, and this trade makes the most money if stock prices expire above $19.50 per share. The break-even price on this trade is $19.32 per share, and in real terms, you'll pay $32 to enter the spread, and your maximum gain is $18 per spread. So that's it for this week's show. It's it for this year's podcast, finishing at 303 episodes. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for sharing. I hope you've had wonderful holidays so far, and I hope you have a safe New Year's Eve and a very, very, very happy New Year. Have a happy New Year. Set some goals. Let's get it. Let's go after your plans, your dreams this year, and I hope to be a part of it. I get emails from you guys, people who have taken some of these trades and made nice money, people who have never made money trading options are seeing some gains, and it makes my heart warm. It makes it pitter-patter and flutter. No, I'm kidding, but I really do get off. I love that. So thank you for the emails. Thank you for sharing your successes with me. Some of you have even shared your struggles, and I try my best to help you move beyond them. So, hey, I'm happy with this year. There are things that I wanted to go differently, but you know what? It's December 29th. We are days away from a clean slate with a fresh year. Let's tear 2024 up all the way. Happy New Year, and as always, happy trading. Thank you for listening to the Weekly Option Podcast. Please subscribe to our show and visit us at www.theweeklyoption.com. Disclaimer: there is a very high degree of risk involved in trading. The indicators and strategies described in this podcast are for educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. For our full disclaimer, visit our website at www.theweeklyoption.com.